Hello, everybody. This is episode 5 of Talent Not Included. This is the 4th of July podcast. So, happy Independence Day. I'm your host today, Austin. And with me I have...
Alec over here.
May.
Alright, cool. So, today we're going to be talking about, first off, pet peeves and things we find annoying. So, I'll start us off. I'm today's host. I get privileges. Not because I'm white. So, one thing that annoys me that, Quasi brought up to me once, name dropping already, is blinkers. When, people just don't use their blinker when they're turning or, going somewhere or taking an exit, I was like, just why? It's so easy. It's one little flick of your hand. It's not that much of an inconvenience. And, it's just so annoying. I don't understand. You guys know what I mean? Well, neither of you actually drive, but...
Hey, we're still in the car.
Drive.
I drive also. Not legally,
I drive
but
home.
I drive.
Same. I drive home from work sometimes.
I've been driving since high school.
But, yeah, that's annoying to me, because it's just such a simple thing you
No,
can
yeah.
do.
That annoys me also.
Yeah. We're at a light, and, someone's gonna turn, but they're in a turn-only lane, no light on. Just when we were getting here, we were in a turn-left-only lane. And then there's a guy who has his right blinker on.
No, what bothers me about that specifically is when... it's also when they don't use it, but when they use it as they're shifting lanes. Because,
not preemptively.
Yeah, the whole point is, you use it to let
signal
them know.
let you know, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah, I'm doing this next. Please let me do this. But then they just flip it and go, and it's all right, thanks.
Or they're going and flip.
Yeah.
I think, for me, it's funny. It's even though, I don't drive, technically, have a license, it's basically, I feel Manny knows too, even though he doesn't have a license, we both, basically know how to drive. We know what driving is, what you're supposed to do.
If you play almost any racing game,
I learned from GTA how to
you figure out how to drive.
And it's some people are so dumb, it's don't even have a license, but this is basic stuff that people who have a license, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Alright, so moving on from blinkers, I hate it when people are in public and they're just blasting a video on their phone. Sometimes my dad does it and it annoys me. We'll be in a store, right? And he'll be looking at ingredients for stuff. I was like, kind of thinking about making a chicken Alfredo. Well, let's see other ways people have done it. So he'll look up a video on YouTube. Just start playing it right then and there in the store. I was like, what are you doing, Dad? Put on some headphones or do this before you get here. I was like, why are we doing this in public? I hate it. It's so annoying.
See, for me, it's not videos. It's music.
Oh,
the worst was in high school when
classic.
You're just trying to get to your next class, and then there's just a group of 5 people, and one of them has this loud ass speaker, Bluetooth speaker in their backpack. It's none of us care about the music you listen to. None of us want to listen to it. We're just trying to get to class. Please
get out of my way.
Shut up. Just turn it off.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
lots of input
I
there.
can relate to that too. They happen to Chapin all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing that has to do with also with a phone, it's when you're trying to talk to someone, specifically customers, and say they're they have some earpiece in or their earbuds and they're listening to something while they're talking to you. And then you try and tell them stuff. And then they're just what was that? I was like, well, maybe if you didn't have your earbuds in, you'd hear me.
There's a customer today that Daniel had in box office where you could hear her talking on the phone. And this is something that I get mad about when people are on the phone, is when they talk through the speaker.
That.
And they talk like that. I don't like it. It's because, hey... If you're in your car or whatever, or just at your house and you do that, whatever, it's fine. But when you're out in public and you're just shouting at your phone, it gets annoying. But yeah, she walks up and Daniel's trying to talk to her and she's not hearing anything. And the lady, her friend that was behind her was just I'm sorry, pretty much. That annoys me.
I feel today, a lady complained about Theater 4 being too loud on that one. But, like, it was like not even the pre-show really. It was just like the music and stuff that plays before even the pre-show starts. And she said it was too loud, and so Sal went upstairs to turn it down, and then I went over there to like ask her if the sound was good like at that point. And like I don't know how I feel like he didn't really turn it down that much. Like I'd be surprised if he did a drastic turn down if it was anything more than like 0.5 or something like that. I went in there, it was like almost dead silent. Like it was just like the faint music playing like at the like before a pre-show starts before the movie. It was like very faint, just like da, da, da. I was like, and she's on the phone like talking. So I was like,
is that why she went out?
That's
there?
what I feel like.
Oh,
I feel like she was
God.
just on the phone talking,
That's
and it was
so
too
annoying.
loud to her because she was trying to talk on the phone. I mean, she was the only one in there the whole time, so I guess it wasn't a big deal. But I was like,
why not just walk out of the theater?
I don't
Like,
know.
oh, music's too loud. Let me go into the hallway.
Yeah. I was like, this is one of probably the quietest points it'll be at too. Like the previews are about to start, the movie's gonna start. It's gonna get a lot
That's
louder.
funny.
So another thing that's not really a pet peeve or anything, it's just I find it super annoying and I get angry when it happens.
So pet peeve.
It's
that's
something
what
I
it
do
is.
myself.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like it's not something else, something that someone else does. It's an action I do.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if I'm having like earbuds in and like they have wires and like, or if my headset's on and I move and then they get caught and it tears it off. Oh my god, I'm so annoyed when that happens. It
can't
triggers
relate.
me instantly. Yeah, Mr. Rich Boy over here.
Wireless.
God.
Go wireless or go home.
Wireless. I don't got the pods, but I get the power beats.
Yeah, so I'm not flexing out here. So yeah, I still get annoyed by that a lot.
Any other pet peeves from you?
Okay, I have two more things. So one is like whether it's at work or like I'm out eating somewhere at like a fast food place, but it's like when people leave behind their trash. I was like, oh my god, like
yes.
especially like the big trash, like you leave like behind. I'm like, what are you doing? You don't have the common courtesy and collective thought to think, hey, maybe I'll make this employee's life easier and not be a douchebag and throw it away. You know, be nice.
Yeah, that's always been my perspective on them. Like, if there's popcorn on the floor, it's like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
obviously,
I kind of
Like,
expect
you can't
popcorn
handle,
on the
like-
floor.
like you can't like help that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
sometimes
gonna lie.
it falls. Like,
Yeah.
like, it just it
yeah,
happens.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a retard too. I'll miss my mouth too. Just some stuff. Like, it's gonna happen. You're gonna drop
Or
popcorn.
like you grab too much.
Yeah. Like, even if it's a big pile, it's like,
Well,
it's like,
it's not
alright.
hard to sweep
yeah,
up.
it's
Yeah.
just like, just put it all together, sweep it up. But yeah, it's like, there's like, literally full popcorn bags and like full nacho trays. It's like,
What was the point of even
What?
buying
So-
this?
something kind of on that's like a small pet peeve of mine is when I'm about to go into a theater to clean it and they come out like as they're walking in, they're like, oh, we dropped some popcorn, I'm sorry, or we dropped a drink. Like, I'm like, you telling me isn't gonna make me like, oh my god, you just made cleaning this 10 times easier. It's like
Wow.
it's nothing now.
I'm
Thank you
pre
so much.
omnipotent.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's like, great. I still have to clean that.
More work.
You telling
Okay.
me does nothing for me. It's like, I would have seen it. I guess now I know to be disappointed when I walk in there. But
I expected to be disappointed. Now I know to be disappointed.
yeah. I mean, it's nice when they offer like to clean it. It's like obviously you can't let them. Like, you
Yeah,
have to
because
deny them, but
it's your
like,
job.
you, at that point, you know they have good intent at least. Like
Yeah.
they actually feel bad.
that
Yeah.
reminded me. I was kind of mad at this couple. I don't know why, but I forgot what. I think it was Black Panther came out, or maybe a different one. I was an usher, and I was cleaning one of the theaters. It was a big theater. It was me and someone else. There was just trash and large popcorn bags and like drinks, all those like all over the place. So we were like picking them up, clean them, and something that like kind of annoys me is when customers walk into the theater while I'm cleaning it. So this couple walks in, And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, we're still cleaning the theater. It's going to be about like 10 more minutes. And they're like, oh, okay. So they start walking down and then they stop and they turn around and they're like, can we just sit down? We're already here. And I was like, yeah, I guess. They're like, yeah, it's just because it's, you know, a long walk back over there. I was like, you know, whatever. I don't care. At that point, I don't care. I'm not going to argue with them. But then as they're walking up, they're just looking at all the trash and they're like, wow, people really suck how they just leave everything behind. And I'm like, yeah, again, you saying this isn't helping me.
Yeah.
You being here is annoying me. Don't talk to me right now. I was like, oh, thank you for those words of encouragement. Like, you just
such wise words.
I'm gonna just power through all of this now because you don't like those people also.
Yeah.
But I hate you because you're here while I'm trying to do my job.
That's 10 out of 10.
10.
All right, and then this last one has to do specifically at work. It's whenever I'm standing podium or like whenever I'm working with the customers and I'm handing them their items or stuff, and then when I'm finishing the transactions, and I was like, all right, thank you, have a nice day, or whatever I say to them, and then they just kind of like look at me and walk off. I was like, all right, cool. A response would be nice, but you know, you might be deaf. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
you might be deaf going to watch this movie.
You might be deaf. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that happens to me so often. Like even today, like people just don't say anything. Like the simplest things, like waiting outside, like for a theater that's like being like dropping, and I'm just standing there, like guys walking out. It's like, all right, thank you for coming. Have a nice day. He's got like 2 large drinks. Just
walks.
That's it.
Walks away.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Then instantly after, another lady, same exact name. Like, all right, guess people are just rude as hell today.
Yeah, just today.
I guess you don't want a nice day.
Yeah, just today. It was this lady. I want to say her boyfriend or husband, brother, some male, female, male, I assume, and some other person I don't remember.
How dare you assume?
So the lady hands me like 3 tickets. I'm like, all right, cool. Rip it. Tell them, all right, it's theater, whatever, to your whatever direction, left or right.
Uh-huh.
And then she doesn't answer. She's kind of just looking at her phone. And I'm like, are you gonna take the tickets? I don't say this, but I was thinking, like, so are you gonna take the tickets? And then she kind of, like, looks up at me, sees me holding out the tickets, like, kind of, like, nods her head towards the guy. And then the guy looks at her, looks at me, looks at the tickets, and then holds out his hand. No words exchanged at all. He takes them, all 3 of them walk away. And I'm like,
oh, I was right next to you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's nice.
Oh, my God.
Yes, thank you. Very responsive.
Yeah. So my first pet peeve that I just recently kind of learned about is I think people that have dogs, but they just keep them outside.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, I guess it's a personal thing. I mean, I get there's like more outdoors type of dogs, but it's especially when like, okay, maybe if they have like a big backyard, big area for them to be in,
Mm-hmm.
but like if you just have them like in a very small backyard or like a secluded area in the backyard, it's like, why do you have dogs? Like
if you're just like kenneling them.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point? Like, I don't know. For me, it's like
Can't
if I have a dog, I want them to be inside with me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want to interact with my pet because we all know I'm not going outside very often. It's not happening. So I need them to be inside with me. But I don't know, that's just me.
Yeah, I feel like if I had a dog, I'd be outside with them a lot. But I have a cat. Well, my sister has a cat. And
No. That's basically your cat.
yeah, she doesn't go outside, so she's annoying. God. I hate her.
Dude, that's the best cat ever.
She's adorable. I love her. But I hate her at the same time.
Full relationship with a cat.
Mm.
But another one is, I feel like this happens mostly at work, I guess. But it could apply to other situations. It's like I'll have an idea of what I want to do, like in my head for something.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's for like, if it's like for breaks, like how I want to do breaks or how I want to
Do the drops.
Yeah, do drops, do preparing for closing stuff, anything like that. Like, I have in my head, I was like, okay, if I do all this, like, and I'll work it out even, like, with times. I'm like, okay, do it by this time, whatever, it'll all work out. Or if I do it like this, I'll get it done faster. Any, like, stuff like that, I'll just think about it. I'm like, alright, that'll work. And I guess this is why I sometimes like working on my own more than, like, weekends with other people. Just because, like, I can do what I have in my mind. Like, I have it set in mind, like, I can do that because I'm the only one working.
And nothing messes that schedule up.
Nothing will mess it up. But then it's just, like, something happens, whether it's just, like, I don't know, like an interference, so I have to take care of something else, messes it up, or someone, like, does something before I say anything, and then they just do it, like, a completely different way. I'm like, no. Like, don't do it like that. No. There's a better way. I don't know. Sometimes it just annoys me.
So you're saying, like, when things don't go, like, according to plan?
Yeah. Like, I'll plan everything out, and then it's just like, all right, perfect. Like, if I do all this,
It's set.
It'll be great. Nice.
That's why I never have a plan.
And then
wing it all.
It goes crap.
Yeah, like the way you guys have notes for your pet peeves. I don't...
Look, man, I had to write these down or I'd forget.
I almost did forget to. So
how do you forget, like, what annoys you? My foot's asleep.
You know what? Pet peeve from myself is my short-term memory. Like, actually,
I'll think about something, forget it 5 minutes later.
Well, it's almost like short-term memory loss, but, like, selective memory loss too. Like, I
block out all the tragic times.
I don't know. Like, it's like certain things like I'll just completely forget. Like, my mind will just boom, just like erase it somehow, and then I'll remember the most minute, like, stupid things. I'm like, why do I remember this?
What's funny is me and Eileen were talking about this today in box office about you. How we were saying, like, there are times where you will tell a story or be like, hey, has this ever happened to you? And we're like, yeah, we were with you when that happened.
Yeah? It's just like things just leave my brain, like memories, and then I'll just, like, in detail remember, like, the dumbest shit imaginable. Like fucking taking a shower, like a certain specific thing. It's like, oh, I remembered, like, everything that happened during the shower.
I remember touching myself.
I remember rinse, lather, scrub, repeat.
I remember precisely 4:32. I touched the right side of my scalp with the conditioner.
I wish I had memory like that. That'd be awesome.
I feel like that'd be torture.
I'd be a genius.
I mean, yeah.
Just having to remember every single thing. Half the things I forget, I'm probably glad I forgot, but I don't remember them anymore.
No, there's a lot of stuff I wish I remembered. Yeah. Any other pet peeves?
One also recently is, like, that came up. It was because Eileen told me about, like, a friend from, like, high school that, like, she hadn't talked to in forever. Like, just kind of, like, randomly messaged her and asked her for $50. Like, if he could have $50 for a trip that he was going on, like, going out of town.
Was she close with this guy?
Not
Or was it just, like, one of those, like, hey, what's up? How's it going?
I mean, maybe not, like, hey, what's up, but not, like, we're hanging out all the time.
Oh, okay.
Like, maybe just, like, a high school, at-school friend, you know? But, like, and then she told me, she's like, I was honestly pretty close to, like giving him the money. I was like, you're stupid. I was like, I would have been so mad if you gave him $50. Because I was just thinking about the whole thing in my head. It's, like, so dumb. Like, it's, like, one... Like, $50 for a trip out of town, like, that's, in retrospect, that's really not going to do that much for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and two, it's like, if you knew you were going on a trip, you should have known and you should have been planning
to save
money so you could have the amount that you need to go on the trip. And if you didn't have enough money, and if it's to where the point where you need to ask people you haven't talked to in for a while for $50, you shouldn't be going on a trip. Like, if you really need to ask people like that for $50. And later on, she told me how, like, he was posting, like, I guess stories on Snapchat of, like, going, like, on a tour. It was in San Antonio, I think. Going on a tour, like almost like you would see in, like, Africa or something, like, in a vehicle, and, like, you drive through, and, like, the animals
like a safari
around.
type?
Yeah, like safari type. Like a tour like that. I'd imagine that cost a good amount of money. And then she said stuff like going to, like, Cheesecake Factory and stuff like expensive places.
How many people do you think gave this guy money?
I don't know.
Too many.
I really hope no one. But like,
you hope no one.
And that's
but
the thing.
some people did.
Obviously, some people
and it's
did.
like doing all these like obviously expensive things while you're there. Like, did you really need this $50? Like, I don't know. It just like
he
pissed
seems
me
to
off.
have it covered.
I know, it pissed me off. I was like, why would he ask someone you don't even talk to anymore for $50? Like, out of nowhere. I don't know. That's like obviously someone who's like, they don't care about friendships. I guess
You're
it's
right.
just like,
just ask the
hey,
people you
give me
know for
$50.
$100.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. That just pissed me off, and like also the fact that she almost gave it to him too. Like, I would have literally choked you out if you gave him the $50.
Oh, choked you out. Jesus.
Like,
That's
get that
intense,
$50
bro.
back.
Wow.
And also, he said like he was getting paid. I think today. So it's like, why? Like, you're getting paid while you're there, so you're gonna have money.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
Honestly, after me and Austin went to Austin, I really like that made me know that I need to plan better for trips, because like I think I had maybe like $20 when we left to go there, but the first day we were there, we got paid, so I had like $350. By the end of the trip, I had maybe $40. And it was a 3-day trip.
And by the end of that, my savings at that point was probably somewhere around $3,000. By the time we left, I was definitely at $2,000 because I bought some expensive things there.
Jesus.
Yeah, I regret spending money there.
No, I regret nothing.
No. Anything else?
I think that's it for me.
Alright. This one's gonna sound a bit mean. A pet peeve of mine is stupid people.
Well,
Oh, he hates us, Alex.
No, not like people who like if you tell them something, like they just don't understand or don't get it. Like no matter how much you tell them, like that's something else. Like if you just like, I'm not saying like stupid like in like the common terms of stupid. What I mean is like people who just do shit for no reason. Like my biggest thing is if you do something and you know there's a good chance you're gonna get caught doing it, and you know like the consequences are gonna be great for you.
Like, it'll backfire on you.
It definitely will, and you still do it anyway. Like that annoys me. Like obviously there's like stuff like high risk things,
Mm-hmm.
like your parents are out of town, you're not sure exactly what time they're coming back, but you throw a party, you're taking the risk. That's fine, whatever. But if you're gonna do something stupid, like if something like small that you shouldn't do, but you're gonna do it anyway, like for no reason, like there's no benefit in you doing it, but you're still gonna do it. That annoys me. That really gets me mad, because like people will do that at work, and people did that all the time in school, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? There, all of this could have been avoided if you just like thought.
Didn't do what you did.
Exactly. If you just sat down for a minute, thought about like, hey,
I probably shouldn't do that.
yeah, this will benefit me in no way, and it can only hurt me if I get caught. I'm not gonna do this.
No. That sounds like a perfect idea, and we should all do that.
No, yeah. And another big one is the same like with Austin about like kind of responding to people when they're talking to you, like saying, "Oh, have a great day" and all that. But my thing is like when people don't say thank you, like specifically that, like it's just if someone does something nice for you or if someone's being nice to you, just say thank you.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It's gonna take 2 seconds. That's it. And like, cause sometimes people in my family will do this. Not specifically like my parents and my sisters, but like just people in my family. Of like, if we're out to eat, and then the waiter comes, gives you your drink, your entree, whatever, and they're just dead silent. Or they're just like talking to someone else, and then it's like, say thank you.
The guy.
The man's doing his job here, like
Being polite and courteous.
and just being rude, like to like waiters, waitresses, or just like people that are working like retail. Like unless they're rude to you, like why are you gonna be rude to them?
Yeah. Like it's just their job.
Yeah, they're just trying their best. That's why like I said earlier, like a couple episodes ago about how I don't like sending food back. or like saying like they messed up, because like I already know they get customers that are like way worse to them. Yeah. So like I just don't want to like even add the smallest thing to it. It just gets me
still
annoyed.
Just depends on how bad they messed it up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it depends, but still like
I don't know. Even if it's just like I know like it's not the waiter's fault. Like they had nothing to do with it. Like they just brought the food to me. It's like
or if it's something like out of their control. Like at work when I'm working concessions and the customer's like, yeah, can I get a large popcorn and a large drink? I'm like, yes, $17. And they're like, wow, these prices are too expensive. Like, why are you talking to me? Like
what can I do about this price?
I feel like the amount of people that have like that complain about prices is just influxed for me recently. Like as of recent, I've had so many people complain about prices. Like literally just the other day, it was a weekday, so I was by myself and I had a little bit of a line. And the guy, it was like a couple, they ordered a combo too. And it was like, it's like, comes out to like 20, 21 or something like that.
I think it's 21 something.
Yeah, like $21 basically. And like bring him the medium popcorn. And like as I'm getting his drinks, he looks at it, he's like, seriously? He's like, that's the size of a popcorn I get for $20? I was just like, I don't know, I was already annoyed that day for some reason. Like no specific reason. I was just like, yeah. And that was it. He's like, wow, that's ridiculous. I was like, cool.
Yeah, no, there's this one lady, like, this is the first time I had ever heard it, and this was, like, I think last week, like last Thursday or something. But usually when I would give a customer a large, like, specifically, like, popcorn, they're like, oh my god, that's a lot. Like, but this lady, we give her the large popcorn, and she's like, that's a large? She's like, yes. Like,
what did you want it to be?
What do you want? Like, because they're not.
Like, how many ounces is a large popcorn? Like 40 something?
No,
isn't it?
No, they're like 150.
Yeah, they're a lot.
Wait, what?
It's like, yeah, because it holds the same as the premium buckets. They're 150 ounces, and people are like, but I don't know. Like, she was just looking at it, and she was like, all right, I guess. I'm like, how much popcorn do you want?
People, I feel like they definitely don't understand how much actual popcorn goes into those bags. Because, like, even getting, like, a small courtesy bag,
I
like,
can
if I get
barely
it for
finish a
break,
courtesy
I'm like,
bag.
I can almost never finish a courtesy bag.
I get sick of the popcorn.
I'm like,
halfway through.
It's like, it's too much. And it's like this tall. And it's like, a large is going to be so much popcorn. It's like, wow, that's it? All the popcorn I get? Trust me, it's a lot more.
Yeah. Also, like, I get annoyed when people argue with me, like, for something where it seems like they're clearly in the wrong, and they just want to keep arguing with me. Like, because, like, I'm a real stubborn person. So, like, I won't agree just to agree. Unless, like, I don't want to deal with you. But, like, I will argue, and I don't care, I'll keep going. But this one lady, it was yesterday. So, when the closers come in at 5:30, but we had a 5:30 showing of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that got me so mad because we just got busy out of nowhere. I was already off my register, already counted down and completely. So, this one lady goes up to Lizbeth, and she asked for a large popcorn. So I got the large popcorn for her, and she asked for courtesy bags to split the popcorn. She's like, "Can I get 4?" I said, "No problem. Here you go." And she says, "Oh, can you fill those up?" And I was like, "Oh, and like, unfortunately I can't. Like, our managers don't allow us to fill up the courtesy bags." And she's like, "A manager does it for me all the time. It's okay." And I was like, "No, yeah, I can't. I can't do that." And she's like, "Oh, so I guess I'll just fill them up from my large popcorn, and then you'll refill it. It's the same thing." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the way we have to do things." And then she said something like, I would have stood there the whole time, but she was like, because I wasn't wearing my red polo, I was wearing a Spider-Man shirt, and she's like, under her breath, but you could still hear her. She said something like along the lines of, "Well, I bet a supervisor would have done it." And I just walked away. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh no, you should have been like, "No, I am a supervisor."
I would have if I heard clearly what she said. Because that's what it sounded like to me. But if I heard her clearly, I would have been like, "I am the supervisor." Like, I don't know who you're trying to argue with. Like, I know for a fact the managers don't fill it up. Mm-hmm. So like, that got me really mad.
And on that, at that specific time, it was Sal, and Sal would not have done it.
But I think my like last like real big pet peeve is when people are just loud for no reason. Like, I know I can be loud, but it's more when everyone else is being loud, or if I'm getting in an argument or like just passionate about something. But like, oh my god, I don't know, it just happens at random times. Like, sometimes my family will do it, sometimes like at work it'll happen, just out in public. But if I'm just like kind of minding my own business, but someone's just loud for no reason, just for the sake of being loud, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, shut up! Like, you're annoying me. It gets on my nerves, and like, it just, I don't know, like, it automatically gets me in a bad mood.
See, I was talking to Eileen something similar about that today, but it was about kids. Like, I told her, I was like, I hate kids. Because there's just, like, there's literally, like, one specific girl that walked in today. And it's also, like, every time we have a kid show, and I work it, too, it's, like, there's always the bunch of kids that just come in screaming. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I hate kids. It was, like, a little girl that came in today, like, it was, like the two parents, and there was a grandma, and then, like, two little kids. And, like, the grandma was just taking them to watch the movie. The parents were just there to, like, drop them off. And they come in, and the little girl just literally just screams literally for no reason, out of nowhere. She's like, wow! But like, literally a million times louder. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, shut up. Like, I hate kids that do that. It's like,
just entering a building.
Dude, there's some little kid, he just walked in, was running through the lobby. He had like a button-up shirt, but it was like all the way buttoned down, and he had no undershirt. He was just running through the and like, he went into the hallway, started punching the standee for Men in Black. He was just like punching, and the mom's like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing that?
The funny part too is there was a kid later that walked in that, like, as he walked in, like, with his parents, like, he was holding his mom's hand, I think, and he came in and, like, he saw, like, the game room. He's like, oh, games? He was like, Mom, can I play games? Can we play games? And then, like, I feel like she just kind of ignored him. Like, I didn't hear her say anything to him, at least. Took him to concessions. And then, like, Eileen asked me, like, what would you do in that situation? Like, your kid wants to play games like that.
Punt them.
I was like, I don't know, honestly. I was like, I tell him, like, maybe after the movie, like, not right now, like, we don't have time or something, like, trying to go to the movie.
Depends on how early I got there.
Yeah. But then later on, like, I guess I was, like, sweeping the lobby or something. I don't know what the kid did, but he did something. And I just hear the mom, she goes, oh yeah? And then she just hits him. Good. And she's like, no more games. He just starts bursting into tears. He's like, ah! I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah? No more games.
And then, like, she didn't even care. She just let him cry.
That's a good parent.
And then, like, I didn't hear what the dad said, but, like, the dad was talking to him, and I think he eventually stopped. But she's just like, no more games. I was like,
yeah,
goddamn.
Kind of like on that subject, cause like this happened, but I hate when people try to get my attention when I'm not when I'm clearly focused on something. And they try to get my attention. I hate that. But when you were talking about kids, I remember, like, one time I was helping this customer, and she came in with maybe, like, 3 kids. Like, they weren't little. They're, like, the youngest, he seemed like to be about maybe 13, like 12, 13.
Okay.
And so they're all in the game room. They weren't playing anything. They're just kind of, like, chilling there, waiting for their mom to, like, order everything. So the kid, the youngest one, he walks out from the game room. As I'm talking to the mom, as she's, like, trying to order and, like, tell me everything she wants, he just comes up, he's like, Mom, can I have some coins? And then she's still talking, she's like, Mom, I'm trying to play in the game room. Come on, can I get some, like, quarters? Can I get $1? She's just ignoring him.
That's definitely me as a kid.
And he's like, hey, Mom, come on.
Hey,
and like, kid, what is wrong with you? Like, clearly she's not paying attention to you. Why are you still trying?
You know, honestly, I kind of thought of a pet peeve at work a bit with customers. It's like, I'll be counting something, like, for stocking or something like that, like, maybe candy. And I'll, like, and there's, like, someone, like, open, like, on a register, like, not doing anything. Like, they don't have a customer or anything. and I'll just be counting something, and then they'll just come up to me like, not say anything. I don't say anything to them yet, and they're just like, they just start ordering, like nothing was said between us at all. They just walk up, large popcorn, medium drink. And I'm just like,
huh?
Like, excuse, like what?
Wait,
and then
hold
I'm like, they can help you over there.
Hold up.
I'm like, why?
This is another work pet peeve because you brought that up. I hate when I'm in box office. Like I open Monday box office, and recently there's been lines since it's summer. Like not lines, but like 3-4 people will be out there waiting before we open. And I walk in there, I'm opening my register, putting all the money away, not looking at them. I'm looking down at my money and looking at my screen, not paying attention. And one of them goes up like, "Can I get 2 tickets?" And then I'm not even looking at them. But they keep talking. I'm like, what? I'm not listening to you. Like, why are you talking to me?
I hate those animals at the beginning of the morning. Literally,
they try to get in. They try every locked door.
But like, it's even worse when like, if I'm usher and like I'm unlocking the doors. Like, I'm literally in the middle of unlocking a door, and they're like trying to pull on it, and like I barely just unlocked it, and they pull it open and they try to rush in. I'm like, chill, like I need your tickets first, like Jesus.
Like it's 30 minutes before we open and they try to open the door. That side is locked. So and they see no one in box office, but they decide, you know what, let me walk around and try the other set of doors. And then when those don't work, they start looking in and they're like, come on. Like trying to look for us. And then like sometimes I'll make eye contact like, oh man, now they're just gonna keep looking. Like I hate it.
Yeah, when I'm opening Usher and like I hear the doors like trying to open, and then I quickly look back. I was like, oh, someone's trying to get in. And I was like, okay. And I look back to whoever's in concessions, and then I hear the other doors trying to open, and then I look and there's someone instantly going like this. They look at me, I look at them, and I just turn back around.
Alright.
I was like, yeah, I don't really care.
I'm gonna take this on a little path right now. Just because it...
A little segue.
Yeah, a little segue, you know, because Spider-Man just came out.
Ooh, Spider-Man?
It came...
I haven't watched it.
Well, I'm not talking about the movie. So if you haven't watched it...
I did watch it.
Spoiler free.
It's spoiler free. I'm not talking about the movie. Just the character of Spider-Man.
Yeah, we don't have spoilers on cars. Spoiler free.
But, so I was just thinking about...
Shut up. I hate you.
I was thinking about it today, and I was thinking... I don't know why, it just came to me. I was like, I want to know if you guys agree. I felt like Spider-Man and Batman are like the equivalents of each other.
No.
Of their franchises.
Not at all.
Not whoa. Not at all.
I don't.
Not as...
You're wrong.
Like, not as heroes. Not as who their background is or their hero, like what kind of hero they are. I'm talking in
they're
terms...
after an animal.
Well...
Because they are.
But in terms of, I think... It's pretty clear, at least to me, I think it's clear that Batman, he's the most popular hero probably of the DC. Spider-Man is probably the most popular hero of Marvel.
No, I think Iron Man.
Think it's Iron Man.
Definitely Iron Man. What do you mean it's not?
Yeah, no, it's definitely Iron Man.
Look, right now it's either Iron Man or Deadpool. That would be
one
my
of those
guess.
two.
Iron Man
it's
or
Spider-Man.
Deadpool.
I promise you, it's
definitely
Spider-Man.
No.
It is.
No.
Maybe between 4-year-olds, yeah.
I even looked up a poll even that they did, alright? They did a poll, like a giant poll that was done this year, and they asked people to rank their... They didn't just ask them, like, alright, who's your favorite one? They did, like, rank your top 10, and they said, like, based on who... If, like, whatever their number 1 is, like, they get the most points, and number 10 gets the least points out of their top 10. They had, like... They did a top 10 for every... Like, a ton of people to do a poll, and then they listed the top 100, like, most popular Marvel ones. Spider-Man was number 1. I think Spider-Man's definitely the most popular one. Like, especially, like, his game just came out, like, is, like, super popular.
Well, he's what's, like, on everyone's
like
mind right now, though. But he's just what's on everyone's mind right now.
But that was, like, even before the movie came out, though.
But what I'm saying is, like, in, like, 10 years, if you ask, it probably won't be Spider-Man.
It wouldn't.
Maybe in 10 years, but right now it's definitely Spider-Man.
Even when, the Amazing Spider-Man and Sam Raimi, I definitely don't think it was Spider-Man. Even then.
Maybe not Sam Raimi, like, because that was...
I don't even think Amazing Spider-Man. It was definitely for the longest time Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's still, like, the face of Marvel. Because that's like the like kind of the template. They're like, we need more people like Iron Man.
See, but he's the face only for their movies though, not for comics in general too. Like if you include comics too, like Spider-Man is easily the most popular one.
Squirrel Girl.
He's like with comics, he's easily the most popular hero.
I think that's Marvel. Debatable with Deadpool. Also,
yeah,
there's a lot of Deadpool.
See, fans but I guarantee if you look at like sales and everything, like Spider-Man definitely sells way more than Deadpool.
I'm not too sure about that.
This conversation is becoming my pet peeve.
I promise you, Spider-Man would definitely be that way.
Is that the end of your segue?
I had another comparison about them too. Oh yeah. Okay. Also, I think you can agree with this one. I think they both, respectively, of their franchises, DC, Marvel, have the best villains.
Probably.
Hold on. I'm not too sure about that.
For which one?
Marvel, Fantastic Four. They have some pretty good villains. They have Doctor Doom as one of their villains.
Technically, Spider-Man's been with the Fantastic Four, though.
Yeah, but he's not an official member of them.
Not part of the Fantastic.
Okay, but
he's in there for like 3 issues.
You just named one.
Galactus,
Silver Surfer.
Okay.
And then
what else? 3.
I don't know, it's like 3 of the biggest villains in Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay, look at all Spider-Mans. Mm-hmm. So you got like Venom, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Carnage.
I feel like a lot of people don't care about Sandman and Carnage.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still big villains, though. Mysterio.
I definitely think Batman has a lot more better villains.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly. But I still think Spider-Man has the best villains for Marvel, at least.
I'm not the best at arguing this, because I'm more of a DC fanboy.
Yeah, I prefer the DC.
Yeah. Alright, so is
that's all
end of your segue?
Yeah.
Alright, no more speaking for you.
After that, we learned that Alec was wrong.
Just saying, I'll do the research. I'll find numbers. Spider-Man's the most popular Marvel hero.
And then, okay, so let's move on from pet peeves and annoying things and segue.
And Alec on annoying things.
You can leave.
We're done here. Thank you for setting an example for an annoying thing. We're done.
Okay, and so let's move on to probably our last topic for today.
How long are we in?
We're let's not mention time, but we're in a good distance in.
I can see.
Yeah. So let's move on to like things that made you happy. Let's go a complete 180. Things that made you happy, like acts of just pure kindness that someone's done for you or that you've done for someone. I'll start with the very first one I can really remember right now. I think I was probably 11 or 12, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna go to the Valero that's over on Hondo Pass and the Gateway, because that's like the closest gas station I lived to at the time. So I was like, all right, I got my $5. I'm gonna go over there, buy myself a candy or 2, and come on back. And so I'm going.
Did you walk there?
Yeah, I didn't have.
Your parents
I don't have a
about
car.
No,
and they were both at work.
I don't know, like you rode your bike or something.
I didn't have a bike. Well, I had a bike. The tires are popped.
Oh, okay.
My tires kept popping as a kid. And then,
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, acts of kindness. Okay, so I'm going there. I get there. I think like a 3 Musketeers and like Reese's Pieces. I was like, all right, cool. Put them on the counter. I was like, this is what I want. And it's probably like some lady who's probably like in her early 20s or something. And I put down my money. And then she scans it. I was like, oh, you're short like 63 cents. And I was like, oh no. It's a walk back. And I was like, I'll be back in like 30 minutes. And then I'm about to get the money and she's like, it's okay. And then she kind of like gives me my stuff and she reaches into like a charity jar and
oh my god.
It was 63 cents. But
you stole from charity.
No, she did.
Wait, so here's what I want to understand from this story. You were more willing to walk all the way back home for the extra 63 cents and
then
all the way back.
Drop something.
I know. Then just get rid of something you were gonna get.
Yeah. Well, I had nothing else to do that day, so I was like, okay.
I'll be back in 30 minutes.
And
Can you reserve this?
He said this on the side for me. Thank you.
So that's the very first thing I remember. That was a great day for Little Austin. And then the second thing that I remember the most
You guys.
is just what happened today before the podcast. This drink right here on the house. So me and Manny
On the bell.
On the bell.
On the bell, bro.
On the taco.
Taco Del. Please sponsor us. Anyway, so I'm driving me and Manny over to Alex's place. Like, we're almost here, and then we stop on Woodrow Bean, and I'm like, I want a drink. So we pull up into the McDonald's, and then I'm about to go through the drive-thru when some guy like stops halfway between the two lanes, and I was like, this guy is special. So I go around him to the other one, the empty one, and then before I even start talking or anything, or like hear them say, "Hi, how can I help you?" I see that there's like 6 cars just waiting, like from the window all the way to the other lane. And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm leaving. This is midnight, by the way." It's like a bit past midnight, so I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not gonna deal with this." So I leave, and I was like, "Guess I'm not getting a drink." And then there's a Taco Bell just a bit further down. I was like, "I'll try Bach Hotel then." And there's like, Manny told me there's only like 20 minutes left. I was like, it's just a drink, it should be fine. So I go in the driveway. I immediately pull up to the speaker. There's only like one other guy. He's already at the window, I think, getting his order. And then on the intercom they say like, "Hi there, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good, how are you?" He was like, "Nice, thank you. How can I help you?" I was like, "Yeah, can I get a large Baja Blast?" And then they're like, "Soda or slushy?" At first I didn't hear soda, but I heard the slushy, so I was like, soda. And they're like, "Alright, cool, pull it up to the window." I was like, cool. I don't say that. So I get to the window. She has the drink in her hand, straw. She's like, "It was a soda, correct?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm about to hand her my card while grabbing the drink, and then I grab the drink, put it down, and then I still have like the card out, and then she says to me, "Oh, it was just a drink, it's fine." And I was like, God bless your soul.
Dude.
She
And
said
then you should have slid your number right
Dude,
there.
and then I should have just... No.
Blasted the Baja, dude.
No.
Should have just blasted that Baja, you know?
Hey, you want a Baja, my blast? Anyways, and then I drove up, and now we're here, yeah? Free drink.
I guess for me, I can't think of too many. Because, you know,
What,
I
you-
hate everyone and everything. But, I don't know, I guess it's like a kind thing like a lady did, I guess, a customer. She just, I think it was like, I was by myself in concessions, and yeah, it was like a week, it was a weeknight. So we were pretty dead, but, you know, she came, like, first, whatever, it was like, I guess she was with her grandchildren, I guess. She didn't seem that old, but I guess it was her grandchildren. And, you know, I don't know, honestly, I can't remember if I've seen her there before, like, helped her there, like, at a different time, like, if she was a regular there or not. Like, she kind of looked familiar, but I wasn't sure. And I got her all her stuff, like, you know, she was really nice, like, pretty understanding with everything. And, I don't know, she was like, "Oh, thank you so much," like, it's like, you know, you always take, I don't know, you're always good to us or whatever. So I was like, that made me think, it was like, has she come here before? Or like,
Have I specifically
yeah, I
helped
was
this
like,
woman?
I honestly couldn't remember. It was like, maybe, I guess then, if she said it like that. And then she came later at some point. By the way, she came to like the late night round. So it was like already 9 to 10 o'clock in between there. Like, we were getting close to closing. And later on, when it was like, we were basically closed, she came back out to like, I think maybe it was like a refill or something. Yeah, I think she was getting a refill on popcorn. And like, we were basically closed. And I think Juan was walking around or something, like doing maintenance stuff. And then I went in the back to grab something for her. I think it was jalapenos, because I had already put them up. And then I came back, gave it to her. I was like, "Here you go." She's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And she's just like, "I don't know if that was your manager or not, but I told him how you're always great. Like, you're always helping us so much," or whatever. I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Dude,
Like,
she
I
wanted
appreciate
to
it.
blast your Baja.
And then later on, like, Matthew's counting me down, and like we're closed, and she comes out with like, I think a large drink to get refilled too. And like, it's like, yeah, sure, like it's fine. Like I hadn't really cleaned it, I don't think at that point, so it was like wasn't a big deal. So I got it, and like as I was getting it, like she just told Matthew, she's like, this young man's been like so spectacular to us every time we come here. Like he treats us so well, takes care of us super great, like is always smiling, like he's great. I was like,
are you sure they weren't thinking of someone else? Like,
yeah, sure they weren't thinking of like any other tall white guy with glasses, like me.
I don't know, but it was like super nice. Like I don't know, it felt good. Like it felt super nice. I was like, I don't know. There's people that actually care, you know, that are like
instead of the normal usual douchebags we get, leaving like, all their trash behind.
Yeah, so felt good. It was nice.
Feels good, man.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that anyone's really done for me, really. Well, not like random act of kindness.
He's gonna brag how great.
No,
nice he
I'm a terrible person. No, there's this one night. It was me, Moses, and Matthew. It was right after work. We went to Whataburger, and I wasn't eating anything, and we were just like chilling in a booth talking, and then we see this guy walk in.
Oh.
And like at first I thought he was homeless. And then I look at him more closely, like he's setting all his stuff down. And he has just like blood like all over this white t-shirt that he's wearing. Just like right like all in there. And then like he looked like he got like fucked up in a fight, like his face. And he was like kind of slurring his words. And he was just like, you guys got $1 or anything? And then we're like, oh no, like we don't have like cash on us. And he's like, he sits down, he's like, I'm just trying to eat, man, like they got us bad. And I was like, what is going on? And so he sits down, he just looks like out of it, like completely out of it. So we got him
wait, he sits down next to you guys?
No, like he sits down like, because we were on a booth that was like against the wall, so he sat in the booth like behind us. Right, you know, like he was like he had he said he came from the hospital and he had like a bunch of like bandages, and he had like a bottle of peroxide with him, and then he was telling us like, oh, don't worry, it's not my blood or anything, like on his shirt. Like if anything,
I'm more worried.
Yeah, that kind of made me worry a bit more. But so he's taking off that shirt because he had another shirt under, and he just looked out of it. So we got him, like we bought him a meal and everything. He was so happy, like gave us all a hug, and
with the bloody shirt.
No, he hadn't taken that shirt off. But he was telling us that he worked at the tattoo parlor, like
across the street.
Yeah, Pumping Ink,
yeah,
the one that was a bit more farther down. He said he worked there, and he was showing us his art, and like he was like asking us his name. He's like, if you guys ever come, I got you. Like, thank you so much. Like, I got you guys. And he wanted to invite us to his like friend's party on another day. We're like, oh, we're good, man. Like, just like we just made sure, you know, he got his food. Like, it was all good, and then he left. That like, I mean, like feel good, like seeing that he was. I don't know what happened. The way he was like explaining it through like the slurring words, like I'm guessing that he was part of some gang, and they were at a bar, and saw another gang. And they just, like, went at each other. Because he said, like, a few of his friends were, like, in the emergency room, like, in the hospital. So I'm guessing that was their blood on him.
God damn.
But, yeah. It was pretty wild. It was really unexpected.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So, let's move on to something away from a gang member. It has to do with me and band. And how band moms are great.
Well, band is a gang of its own.
You're right. Band life. There we go. So there's this one day we have like marching competitions in like the beginning of the year during like halftime shows at football games. Like we march and like we're supposed to perform well, and we practice for like months at this, and we have like a set uniform that we're supposed to have, and I had completely forgotten to wear the correct shoes. So like I'm wearing these black I want to say Skechers that have like a green, like a neon green line line at like the bottom of them. And we're supposed to have pure black shoes, and I think there's like lime green accents on it too. And I was like, oh no, I forgot. And so like Miss Edith, no, not Miss Edith, Jesus, that's rude. Miss Eden, bless her heart, she goes up to me and is like, Austin, what are you doing? Mijo, come with me to the office. We'll try and fix your shoes somehow. I was like, okay. I feel dumb as fuck at this point.
You are.
So I'm sitting there in the office with her. She gets like some black Sharpies and some masking tape. I was like, alright, we're going to cover the line on the bottoms. So and like fill in all the accents with the black Sharpie. So we do that. I look jank as fuck with my shoes, but I'm gonna be on the field so no one can really tell. But God bless Miss Eden. Yeah, good times. I think that was like my freshman year.
I think where you're going with that, I was expecting like she had an extra pair of shoes on hand.
No.
Not that she was gonna just
jury rig my shoes.
Yeah, just...
No, but
that took a different path.
Yeah.
So what I got from it, she vandalized your shoes.
Yeah.
This is what I got from that.
You're stupid.
green accents. Lime green accents.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
Okay, so do you guys have anything else that you'd want to talk about?
I guess
I can't right now.
Just similar to that, I guess, experience. I guess it was another kind act from someone. I was in elementary school, and back then, like, we had every Wednesday, it was Wellness Wednesday, you know, so it was like you had to run around the school.
I walked.
God. That was
He
terrible.
was that kid.
Yeah, that kid.
He was that kid who stuck on the blue card forever. Not the rainbow card. He never got that one.
See, we
was stuck on the orange card. Thank you.
See, we did things different. Like they would literally just like either mark or stamp our hands. Like when we finished the lab.
You got a card and they hole punch them.
We had different colored cards.
We weren't fancy. They would just like mark your hand as you walk by the lap.
Wait, just for reference, the orange card is the first card you get.
The blue card is like the third one, I think.
No, it's like the 6th or 7th one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I usually ended around blue. That's why.
I was usually on... I ended on like the 3rd or 4th card, but I would walk them. I'm not running.
Yeah, but... So, it'd be... I feel like sometimes... Actually, no. They did make it around the entire school every time. It was literally the perimeter of the school. Like, you did the whole entire perimeter of the school.
Ours was kind of like that, actually.
I think... no, ours was just wall to wall in, like, the back area.
And I remember literally every time... Because back then, I had a lot more problems with my asthma. So, literally, it was like every Wednesday. We did the Wellness Wednesday. As soon as that had finished, I had to go to the nurse's office. And I had to put, like, a whole, like, mask on and, like, a whole machine, like, to...
You didn't have an inhaler?
No, like, I couldn't use an inhaler. Like, I had to use the machine.
Why didn't you walk?
Yeah.
I didn't want to walk. I don't know.
You big dummy.
And so I just remember one time specifically is, like, I had to do it in the middle of it. Because, like, I just got, like, really bad. Like, I just had, like, a really bad asthma attack in the middle of, like, doing it. And so, like, they had to take me to the nurse's office, like, immediately. Like, I did the whole mask for a while, and then... I remember that day, I think all they were using literally was, like, a black Sharpie, I think, and making dots on our hands. Like,
nice.
it was really jank. And, like, I know they would threaten us. They'd be like, if you don't get this amount of dots, then you'll fail. Like, for the day.
You'll fail.
Yeah,
oh, no.
Like,
class today.
I'll fail PE.
But I just remember one of the coaches, like, I don't know, she was, like, really cool. Her name was Coach Crooks. And, like, she's, like, the one who took me to the office and everything. And then, like, afterwards, she's like, come with me. And, like, she went, like, to some random classroom, like, got a black Sharpie and just got my hand. It was just, like, did, like, so many marks on my hand. She's like, there you go, you're good. I was like, okay.
Was this really necessary? Couldn't you have just passed me?
I know. But it was cool, though. It was cool.
I just thought about this because you brought up elementary school PE. There is something that, like, it was kind of like a random act, kind of, not really, but it just made me so happy. This was probably, like, one of the happiest I've been, like, as a kid. But it was my birthday. And my kindergarten teacher, she became one of our PE coaches. Like, she stopped doing the regular teaching. She became a PE coach. And I want to say I was in 4th grade, maybe? 4th or 5th grade. Can't remember. Maybe even earlier than that. But So it was my birthday, and she takes me to the portable. And she's like, "Oh yeah, like, because they would give out like little things like candy or stuff like on kids' birthdays." So she took me to the portable. She opens up the confiscation drawer, and she's like, "Yeah, you can take whatever you want. Like, take one thing, you can take whatever." So I found this like stack of Pokemon cards, like about this big. That was just like rubber band. I'm like, oh, take that. So I grabbed it, and she's like, "All right, yeah, just as soon as you get in, like, kind of put it in your pocket. As soon as you get to class, put it in your bag, so no one sees." So I was like, nice. Sucks for that kid, but
nice. He was about to come the next day with his mom to pick it up.
That was probably one of my best birthdays.
That was really
good. There's one more moment that I can think of right now with a customer at work. So whenever we're ushers and there's like we have to go clean theaters, we're never too sure when everybody's out of the theater. So we usually have to go check ourselves to see how many people are left. And usually on like busier theaters for like Marvel movies, we know that everybody's gonna stay in there till the end credits because Marvel usually has those.
Even during Endgame when they said no after credits, and people were still there.
Yeah, but I think this was what was the Marvel movie after Thor Ragnarok? It was Guardians 2? No.
It was Infinity War, right. Wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
It was Infinity War.
It was probably during Infinity War then. I want to say maybe a month after, when not many people were going anymore. I want to say there was probably like 30 or so people were in there. And so like I get there a bit late because I was doing another drop, and it's only me because it's a weekday. And so like I get there, a few people walk out, and then there's this one couple. I know it's not over yet because there's still credits playing. And they walk out, and then they kind of look at me and they say, "Don't worry, kid. We're the last ones in this theater." And they walk off, and I was like, "Wow." And then I go and double check. It was like, they weren't lying.
And then you go in there, there's like 30 people in there.
They're the first ones who actually left.
Hey, don't
worry. It's all clear, man. You can go, and we're the last ones. There's just a mountain of people. What the fuck?
And I'm just like, wow. So yeah, that was cool, man.
And sometimes people do that.
It's only ever happened once.
I feel like that happens to me when like the most frequent times it happens to me is like when I already know how many people are in there. Like I check beforehand and I've counted, and I'm like, I know they're the last person already. And like, oh yeah, I'm the last one. I was like, I appreciate it, but I already knew that.
Appreciate the attempt. So hey, we finally did it. An hour-long podcast. Woo!
With video.
With video. 4th of July. 4th of July.
Yeah.
4th of July.
You can look at our disgusting faces for a whole hour.
Yeah. All right.
Happy
so,
4th.
All right.
We're done.
So recap real quick. So we talked about pet peeves and what was annoying.
Why we hate people and why we love them.
Yeah.
And segue.
Segue.
Why Alec is wrong.
And he's the worst.
Not wrong, but that was okay.
He's wrong.
Worst nerd ever.
All right.
Not wrong.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.